What's going on? What's going on? 2 more minutes. I won't be long. Definitely gonna get it on. Straight heat, straight fire tonight. Let's go. We're gonna talk about you. We're gonna talk about business. We're gonna talk about credit. We're gonna talk about funding. It's gonna be good. 1 more minute. Come one, come all. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This your boy Benny, aka Mr. Do It Scared. Glad you could join this evening. Like I stated earlier, won't keep you long, but we're going to talk about a few things, a few factors in order to level up in 2023, right? So we're gonna get to the straight game and basically kind of give you the gist of it all because we're looking at so-called prosperity. We look at elevation. We look at improvements and betterments of our own individual situations and our own individual selves. But that actual know-how is the thing that we constantly are always missing. We're always missing the information. We're always missing the instruction. And let's just say, just by chance, we had both of those two. We missed the execution. So I believe that everyone's fair chance is to be able to be presented with a blueprint, right? The 1, 2, 3, the ABC. Follow this step, follow this step, follow this step, follow this instruction. This is the result. Follow this way, that's that result. Because at the end of the day, any decision that you make in life, it can go right or it can go left. Every now and then you have one that kind of will plateau out and be a leveled, but for the most part, it either goes left or it goes right. There's either a yes or there's a no. So without further ado, let's get to it. Without further ado, let's get to it. So this is the Straight Game Live webinar. Straight Game Live webinar. So who am I? I'm a serial entrepreneur who wants to teach you how to get additional income to combat your additional bills, right? So with numerous bills, which is outflow, why do you have one income, which is your inflow, right? So you need additional streams of passive income. So why do I have passive income colored in red right there? Because you want your time. There's only so much that you can physically do. There's only so many places you can physically be. So you need passive streams of income in order for you to combat your many streams of outcome, right? So when you have your bills and you have your expenses, those are mandates. Like that's automatic money that has to go out in order for you to be able to have the upkeep and to maintenance for whatever item, tangible, non-tangible, that you are purchasing or you're paying for. And it's not about having a second job, a third job, and a fourth job and saying that you're always on your grind. A grind is too close to struggling. So you want to switch your mind from saying I'm no longer going to work overtime to get more money. I'm no longer going to work 2 shifts to get more money. I'm no longer going to go fill out another application so I can have more money. You want to transition your mind into being a recipient of passive income. And by way of passive income, we're going to get into those particular key factors that will route your life and steer it back into that particular direction. A little bit more about me, how I made my first six figures starting at the age of 22, and how you can level up with the same blueprint. Now, myself, I've never made less than six figures at this particular age point right here. At 22, I started my first company. It was called Stewart Roof Cleaning. Stewart Roof Cleaning. I clean roofs, rooftops, and I clean gutters. And it was dangerous. It was time consuming. The workload began to become a little too much. I did not have the employees that I needed. My business wasn't set up and structured properly. So as time progressed, I learned and I learned and I learned and I studied and I studied and I studied. And that's how I was able to develop this particular presentation that I presented before you today, in order for you to see the same roadmap that I went down, but also to avoid those stumbling blocks that cause me to fall here and there, that cause me to doubt, cause me to have a regret and remorse, because when things don't go your way, you feel like you made the wrong decision, right? But it's all about consistency and perseverance. So I found my vision and said, forget this purpose talk. We was always talking about find your purpose, find your purpose. So I realized your purpose leaves you sitting, waiting for something to fall into your lap, or you are searching high and low for this purpose to pop up. It never does, right? Because your vision shows you your destination, hence the path to execute upon. So we're getting into the first phases of this straight game that we are going to get into business-wise, but I have to challenge your intellect. I have to challenge your mindset. Don't be sitting around saying, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? What are you doing about it? The question you have to ask yourself, what is my vision? Well, I want to do this. Well, I want to get in real estate. Or well, I want to have Airbnbs. Or I want to start a rental portfolio, a rental car company. That's your vision. So now you know where you need to go. Your purpose, you sit around just waiting for a purpose. Lord, hope you give me a purpose. Reveal my purpose to me. No, what is it that you want? That's what you go after. So my goal is to help you recognize your vision so you can act now in place of waiting for this miraculous purpose to fall out of the sky. Right? So I got a treat for you as well. So stay until the end and I'll be giving away a free 24-hour inquiry removal ebook today. Right? So make sure that you put your information, those that last until we are able to complete today's information. Make sure that you relay your contact info to me so I can ensure that you receive this ebook. So this ebook here will be your first stepping stone in order to cleaning up your credit report. And we'll get it a little bit into that later on. So here is the front cover of it. Remove credit inquiries like a savage, right? It goes over the particular steps that you have to initiate when you want to get inquiry removals from your credit profile. So what makes this webinar different? All right, so Mr. Do It Scared, myself, yours truly, Benny Stewart. So we covered the mindset alignment. We just went over that because I need everybody to turn off the distractions, to turn off everything that you thought you knew and just pause for a second and be a sponge. So this information actually places you en route to having excellent credit. And you also learn to leverage your credit, and you learn how to invest in you. And you also will get a list of passive income streams. So different things that you can challenge yourself with, right? And the lady on the screen even said, this is awesome. So I've done a lot of things right, all right? So after doing this for over 10 years, meaning what? The entrepreneurship, right? I discovered that mindset is everything. And that's why I look at myself as a problem solver. And I want you guys to be a problem solver too, because we're looking at our financial situation and finding a way to turn it into financial domination. That's exactly what we need, man. You're right. So the mindset has to change. Number two, I discovered that credit is king. We were taught that to never use a credit card, to never get a loan, to never have debt. But credit is king. Credit allows you to use what we call, it's a term, OPM, which is other people's money, to put yourself in a position of prosperity. It places you in a separate category to now. It doesn't matter how much you have in the bank. It doesn't matter how much you have in your own. If you have the ability to use someone else's funds for a small fee, right? And put yourself in a better position to invest in yourself first and foremost, and also to be able to invest in assets, that is golden. Number three, as I just mentioned, using other people's money is where it's at, also known as credit. Number four, so your greatest investment is investing in you. That's why my company is called Real Invest, right? The realest investment you can ever make in life is investing in yourself, whether it's information, whether it's knowledge, whether it's to get an understanding, whether it's to pay for a guide or a tutor, right? You have to go through these particular training courses in order to elevate. Lastly, here, number five, the passive income covers you in case of layoff or termination. I've had contract jobs before. Anybody out there had contract jobs? You know, you could drop a yay or a nay. You ever had a contract job before? 2-year contract, 3-year contract, 4-year contract, 5-year contract. When that contract comes up to renegotiation, you ever looked at your co-workers' faces? Everybody's distressed. Why? Because they were depending solely upon that one stream of income. One stream of income is too close to zero. So if you lose that one, then you have nothing else to fall back on. You know what happens? Your ass is grass. And that's facts. So I've done a lot of things wrong, right? I completely screwed up. Number one, I shouldn't have listened to others, especially family members. Those are the first ones that doubt you, the first ones that are negative towards you, and the first ones who don't buy your products. And the ones that do it, they just do it out of sympathy, or they will call it love. Number two, I thought debt was all bad, but then I realized later on, man, that good debt, that's great. That's fantastic. Number three, I allowed my thinking to be small. Man, when you place yourself inside of a cage, a self-created cage, you are your worst enemy. Number four, being complacent with having a good job. Like I said, I've always been in a situation to where 6 figures was the norm, right? But they can alter your thinking process to where complacency will set in, and you think, man, it's just enough, right? But you never taking the time to sit back and think, okay, but what is my potential? It's not about seeking riches. It's not about seeking to be on top of this high mountain. It's all about what is my potential? What is my vision? Right? Because your vision is going to sit you in the seat to where the Lord already has your purpose waiting for you. That's the difference. Number five, I shouldn't have thought having additional streams of income was something non-black or brown, right? Thinking that it was something that you know, only other nationalities are capable of doing this, or thinking that I don't have what it takes. Those self-doubts are dangerous. So you see my image over here to the right of your screen. Says, don't let anyone who hasn't been in your shoes tell you how to tie your laces. Be your own person, be your own self. I discovered this the hard way, but you get the cheat and get the easy way. So the hard way, most people work to retire, which is wrong. Most think getting a second and third job will solve their financial problems. Wrong. Most people buy a lottery ticket and hope for the best. That's definitely wrong. So a few signs that shows that you're struggling, right? Your body feels tired and heavy. You don't feel like picking up calls or replying to texts. Everything has become messy and disorganized. Little things get to you. You have panic attacks often. You can't stop scrolling through social media. You feel scared and anxious all the time. You can't focus or calm your thoughts. You prefer to be alone most of the time. You find it hard to get out of bed in the morning, and you can't motivate yourself to do anything. You feel like sleeping all the time, and you feel like nothing is good enough, right? And you cry a lot of days. But like I said, put real investments inside of your psyche, because the realest investment you can make is in yourself. So you want the easy way, designed to give you step by step with no guessing? In the past 5 years, I've invested thousands in mentorship, ebooks, mastermind classes, webinars, and VIP business meetings. And I didn't quit and say it's too hard. You know, it's all about the consistency because what? You see the end goal due to your vision. Now, here's a couple examples right here of my particular business circle, individuals that I network with, go to events with. Like this right here, this particular event right here, we were at the Mega Yacht in Miami, Florida. You know, we went out on the water at the sunset. We had a networking event on the inside. You know, but just to show you, you know, and that's my mentor up top left. You know, displaying her credit cards. You know, I got a baby stack. You know, but she has over $1 million in funding, near $1.2 million in funding, right? And the blueprint that has been given by my mentee, my mentor, she's handed off to a mentee, right? So I'm here to take the same steps because I've always asked myself, you know, what is my calling? Like, what am I here for? What am I here to do, right? And I realized that it's to simply help individuals. I'm here to help people. That's it. Straight, no chase. So my results are not typical, right? I provide the information, you apply the execution. I'm gonna say it again. I provide the information, you apply the execution. The individual results may vary. Why? Because I was born a go-getter. I had two choices: make something happen or wait for someone to do it for me, right? I learned how to drive when I was 7 years old. I started walking when I was 9 months old. I've always just been somebody who I believe in the concept that a body in motion stays in motion, right? So I had to make two choices: make something happen or wait for someone to do it for me. So guess which option I chose? Do it anyway and do it scared, right? A lot of times we fear not having it perfect to start. Do it scared. Do it anyway. Do it in partiality. Figure out the rest. But when you envision it, go down that particular road to execute upon it. So the three secrets. Secret number one, credit repair using Metro 2 disputing is more effective than factual disputing. So what do I mean by this? Everyone has some point in their life gone through a particular credit repair process, right? Or know of someone who has. The process that I use for myself and for my clients is the Metro 2 disputing process, right? Metro 2 compliant. And the factual disputing is of the old fashioned, the old standard, to where everyone's sitting down, writing up and typing up a letter to send off to the credit bureaus. I don't use that particular uh, old fashioned maneuver anymore. Everything is automated for you. Everything is concrete and precise and specified to your derogatory, to your late, to your inquiry, to your student loan, to your I guess you can call it charge-offs, COs, your collections. You know, everything is specific. The secret number two is good credit gets you funding to invest, right? Whether it's PG, which is a personal guarantor, using your EIN number, which is your basically your business's social security number, or both, right? Because this is the mix right here. This is the mix of personal credit and business credit. So business credit cards and also personal credit cards. It's just it's 14 in total. So secret number three, credit is key to creating passive income, right? Because the highlight of this is passive income. But in order to have passive income, you have to make sure that your credit is in position, right? And my company does do credit. So as I stated, the old factual disputing process has now been enhanced with new software for quick correction. Now, this particular credit line here, right? You see the account number up top. You see the account type. You see the it being a real estate mortgage account. The bureau code is an individual. The account status is open. Sometimes it'll be closed. The monthly payment is there. The date the account was open. The balance of the account. The number of months, 408. The credit amount. The limit, past due. Status on how many days late. and the date of the last report that was submitted by the particular company. And it gives you last active and date of last payment. So if you read the bottom portion here, the alleged delinquency and or derogatory claims of information above listed is as reported deficient of the minimally required and mandatorily demonstrated document proof evidencing of the claims current certifiable compliant report of negativity that are in fact also physically verified, confirmed, and factually true, correct, timely, adequately complete, and or elsewhere undoubtable in its validated claims. Being deficient, I demand it in all its aspects of negativity alleged be deleted fully today, even right now, so to return to and or retain ethical and lawful reporting requisites, right? So there's a lot of jargon, but a lot of credit jargon, right? So the credit bureaus will receive this particular notification to get the negativity removed from this client's credit report. And once it is updated, that client's score will jump up tremendously. All right. So as I stated, let me show you an example here of this particular software. Let's see. So this is the software here, right? So this platform right here, it manages everything for you, and this is the software that I use. Okay, and you also are able to create your own account on here. So a lot of my clients, what I'll do is I'll take this client portal right here, send this link out to them. They'll update, and will pop up over here in the manage client section, and I will have access to all the information in order to accurately dispute any issues that they have shown up on their credit report. So all negative, derogatory, bankruptcy, child support, delinquents, late charge-offs, repossessions, etc., will be disputed and removed. You know, and this is the link right here to where you go and sign up for that particular account. So secret number 2, you can use personal credit, business credit, or both, right? So credit history at 100%, that's the ideal perfect credit profile. Not having any more than 3 hard inquiries within 2 years. You will want to dispute all inaccuracies on your credit report. This allows you to gain secure loans, right? And also those secure loans will help boost your credit profile and your credit credit score. And adding authorized users or being added as an authorized user helps to improve your credit, right? So why am I speaking so hardly upon credit? Because credit is very important if you want to buy a home, if you want to get approved for an apartment complex, if you want to purchase a vehicle. Even now at certain schools, they pull your credit. Like I say, if you want to get a certification, or if you need to apply for a grant, or well, not a grant, but a student loan, you know, a lot of institutions are pulling your credit score, whether it's a hard pull or a soft pull, just to review your credit worthiness, because it speaks a lot about you as an individual. You know, most people who have neglected their personal credit, they're viewed as irresponsible. You know, so we want to turn that around by cleaning up the credit, right, and correcting those bad habits that got you where you were. So now you have 2 types of people. You have people that need to have their credit repaired, therefore they're placed in a better position. Then you have those that have good credit but just don't know what to do with it. Either way, this is for those 2 groups. So this is a list of banks that you can go to get approved for funding. Not today, not tomorrow, but right now. If you were to go online, I have a list right here. This is free game. This is straight game right here. That's why I said how to get 50K in funding. Depending upon your credit score, depending upon your credit profile, these 4 banks right here do not do any hard pulls. Meaning what? This is an example of an inquiry. This is a hard pull that shows up on someone's credit report. But they would do a soft pull and you will get a notification on the website. Okay, you are approved for 10,000. You are approved for 15,000. Or unfortunately, you were denied. But it's a soft pull that lets you know your credit worthiness of acceptance with these particular banks right here. Now, of course, if you pull the trigger on it and say, oh man, I was approved for $25,000, that'll allow me to go and borrow this laundromat for 15,000 that old Mr. Joe, who's getting ready to retire, has up on biz.com, or that you heard of, right? You got Upgrade Bank, upgrade.com, SoFi Bank, OpLoan, and NASA Federal Credit Union. Write it down, jot it down, take a picture of it. But even before we end tonight, which we have a few minutes left, right? Like I said, I won't hold you long, but getting your credit in position is step number one. If your credit is in position, step number one for you is get funding. Now, when you get funding, you don't get funding to get these cards. You don't get funding to get these cards and then say, oh man, I'm about to go on Amazon.com, or well, I'm about to go to Saks. I'm about to go to the Louis store. I'm about to order me a Balenciaga bag from online. That's not what you do with the money. When you get approved for funding, the first thing that you need to do is sit down, map out a plan on what it is that you want to do, which is investing in assets with your approval funds. You can invest in a mentorship. There's mentors out there. I'm a mentor myself. And basically, they will constantly give you the guide, give you the blueprint, follow with you every week, right? You'll be added to the team Facebook group. You'll have other mentees that are either in the position that you're in or further down the road, but still down that same road that you like to go down. So you can invest in a mentorship, or you can get a couple of cars, a couple of small economy cars, 2-door, 4 doors, Corollas, different things of that nature, and put on hire car or Turo. And my favorite, Airbnb, you can take $2,000 to $5,000, get you a 1-bedroom apartment, right? Get approved for a 1-bedroom apartment, put your application fee in, pay your deposit, get approved, get a move-in date, get your lights set up, get your internet set up, have all your furniture ordered either for delivery or with your person. And on move-in date, you get your U-Haul van, you get your pickup truck, and then you make a move, right? To set it up, you take your photos, you put it on Airbnb.com. It goes live within the next day, and then now you're making money. You're making money doing nothing, right? Either you clean up or you pay somebody to clean it up. You can get into real estate. Either you want to do investment properties, you want to fix and flip, or you just want to find properties and be the middleman, right? But you can find properties. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna run this by this real estate investor guy, right? So you get the contract, you get the seller to have the home or the investment property under contract with you. You take that contract to the investor and you sell that contract out to him for $5, $10, $15, $20,000. He goes to the closing, he gets his property, the seller sells his property, and then you get the cut from being the middleman, from connecting those two forces. Here you have trucking. A lot of people want to get dump trucks to get 18-wheelers and be operator owners, or they want to get numerous trucks and have other individuals on the road working for them, and either they do the dispatching or they're behind the scenes but not physically laboring on the road. And lastly, here I have vending machines. You can go onto your government website, your local government website, and you'll be able to see a list of contracts. Wherever you go, was to the courthouse, whether it's to the state penitentiary, whether it's to the mall, wherever. But you see vending machines everywhere, especially in a lot of warehouses and plant jobs. The break room is usually filled with vending machines. You can put bids out there, get you a couple of vending machines, put some bids out there, and get some contracts on it. So let me show you something right here, a little proof of concept here. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's good. I like it. But you see that? I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And that was my 11-year-old. My daughter was 11 years old at that time. She just literally had a birthday last week. Now she's my 12-year-old. But my 11-year-old just gave you a tour of an Airbnb property. Okay. These are final photos there. So since you're still here, I'll give you a couple of more banks for funding, right? Now get these last three right. I've given you seven banks total. 4 a few slides ago, and 3 on this slide right here. You got Key Bank, PNC Bank, and Citizen Bank. All right. 2 things always. I'll make it 3. Passive income, credit imposition, funding based upon your good credit. Right? And then it circles back around to passive income. You don't want to have to physically continue to work for dollars. You want dollars to work for you, right? So if you take $1, you want to put that dollar in a position to where, okay, can it bring back 150? Can it bring back $2? Can it multiply itself? If your money is not multiplying itself, then it's a waste. Okay? I'm saying it again, if your money is not multiplying itself, then it's a waste. And it's not all about money. If your self-possessing attributes are not multiplying themselves, then you are a waste. If you have a skill set, if you have a mindset, if you have, like an expertise, and you're not utilizing that, then you're a waste. Okay? And I don't mean it in a bad way, but I'm trying to paint the picture for you that no matter what it is, whether it's substance, which is tangible, or whether it's psychological, which is non-tangible, they still have to be multiplied. And the only way that they're multiplied is if you exercise them. Okay? Key slide right here. Information without instruction is dangerous. Information without instruction is dangerous. So jot down these next few notes I'm about to vocalize. Okay? You want to get your credit in position. All right? If you don't know how, reach out, either email, visiting the website, or send a DM to Mr. Do It Scared on Instagram. Send a DM that says ready. If you understand what I'm putting down, let me know. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, let me know. Information without instruction is dangerous. Again, you want to get your credit in position. If your credit is in position already, you want to attack these 4 banks, these 7 banks that I've given you, starting with the ones that do the soft pull. KeyBank, PNC Bank, those banks do hard pulls, but you can go to their website to get all of the small lettering, the small verbiage, right? And then you want to take that funding that you get. Like I said, you should get funding tonight. Oh, I didn't even give you the Navy Fed play. I didn't even give you. I didn't even give you a Navy Fed play. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. You look back around. Maybe next week. All right. So who's ready for the giveaway? That 24-hour inquiry removal book is going to be sent out tonight. So if I were to offer the blueprint, is it worth the investment? Right? Step number 1, change your mind, change your reality. Step number 2, get your credit in position. Step number 3, gain access to personal funding. Number 4, everybody doesn't want to be an entrepreneur. Everybody's not a business, does not have the business acumen. That's fine. But if you do have an LLC, if you do have an S Corp, if you do have a physical business, right, that you are businessing, it's not a word, you will want to build business credit. Why? When you build business credit, everything that is in your personal can be transferred over to your business, because now your business is credit worthy. You can get a vehicle in your business name. You can transfer real estate over into your business name. Okay. You can also, not only with your personal funding, your personal credit that you've gotten approved for, now on top of that, you can apply for business funding. It's its own separate entity. It's a whole nother person. So now your business is actually getting approved for credit. You as a person with your credit in position is getting approved for credit. Now your business has $100,000 here. You were approved for $50,000. Now you got $150,000 that you can use to go start your own. All right. Number 5, purchase cheap economy cars for Turo hire car, right? Number 6, Airbnb, rental properties, investment properties, or rehab, which is what? Fix and flips. Number 7, what you want to do, that's completion right there. That's rinse and repeat. Once you accomplish one of your visions, or once you are nesting and fasting in your vision, what you want to do, you want to rinse and repeat that. Because once you narrow it down, whatever endeavor that you decide to choose from, you are going to have it on automation, right? So the end result is that you've changed your situation for you and your loved ones. So not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. Old habits have to die fast, okay? And that needs to start today. Old habits need to die fast, okay? Anybody got any questions? So I'll tell you what, I got 3 minutes left. We got 3 minutes left and we're gonna shut it down. Hey, because I came to pour in this evening. I paid for a VIP training that I overbooked. I double booked myself. You know, I paid for a training that started at 7 p.m. It's still going on right now. It's been going on a couple of hours. You know, let me show you. Let me show you I'm not playing. Like I paid for another VIP training. Why? Because I'm always investing in myself. I'm always looking to level up. I'm always trying to find a way, man. How can I enhance myself? How can I improve my situation? Because I'm not only just live for me, I live for others. You know what I mean? So we got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. If you got what I was putting down, say I'm leveling up. If you got what I was putting down, say I'm leveling up. We leveling up around here, baby. I'm leveling up around here. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Turn some tunes on. So I'm leveling up. Like they say, damn right. The Lord say the same. I'll be back next week. I'll be back next week. I don't know if you thought I was talking spicy tonight, but next week I'm gonna be talking real spicy. Real spicy. You know what? Because I got plays for days. They were like, I appreciate y'all tuning in with me. No doubt. Before you go to sleep tonight, do me a favor. Pray about it. Pray for that guidance. Pray for that instruction. Okay? Because we walk by faith every day. We still can never neglect what he said. My time is up. I appreciate you. Thank you.